also a yoga instructor. As most of you already know and are already feeling, this school year is a lot different than normal. And as teachers, we're working 10 times as hard as we ever have. We're figuring out new systems and rewriting plans and basically relearning how to do our jobs. So saying that this has been a stressful time for all of us educators is an understatement. So I was asked by Jossie Brierly at EO Smith to put together a little calming practice for you guys. And I've been thinking a lot so far this school year about things that we can do for our socio-emotional health. And I know in my district that's the focus for our students, and that needs to be the focus for ourselves too. And I just finished listening to this awesome podcast. I love Brene Brown's Unlocking Us, and she just had 2 guests on her podcast speaking about burnout. So Emily Nagasaki and Amelia Nagasaki are speaking about burnout and about the book that they wrote called The Secret to Unlocking the Stress Cycle. And I'm bringing that up because 2 of the ways to unlock that stress cycle are things that we're going to do today. So the first one is physical activity, movement. And the second one is breathing. So throughout these past couple of months of isolation and quarantine, yoga has been one of the only things, yoga and meditation have been some of the only things that have made me feel sane and made me personally feel like I somewhat have it together. So I'm hoping to share a little bit of that with you today. Now, my philosophy about yoga is that anybody can do yoga. I might call out some postures that don't feel good or don't work for you and your body. It's okay. So this practice is all about you. And if there's something else that feels better, if there's a different way you want to move your body, go for it. So yoga means union, the connection of mind, body, spirit. So we're going to use the physical postures, the asanas, the way that we move our body in conjunction with pranayama, breathing techniques to help us find a little bit of calm and hopefully relieve a little bit of that burnout. So I'm done talking, I promise. If you have the link to the Spotify playlist that I've shared that goes along with this class, you can start it right now. All right, friends, so we're going to get started in a comfortable seated position. And then I suggest maybe you just sort of roll back and forth, get that excess skin out from under you. And then let's settle here on our mats or on our carpets or wherever you are. You don't need to have a yoga mat to do this practice. And maybe start to close your eyes, or let your eyes become heavy, your gaze become heavy. Take a deep breath in, and a deep breath out. Inhale, and exhale. One more time, breathe in, fill your entire belly up with air. And exhale, let it go. Now this time, let's breathe in, bring those hands up high. And exhale, press them down. Inhale, hands come up high. And exhale, press them down. This time, inhale, hands come up. And exhale, we're going to take a slight twist to the right side. So if it's accessible to you, place that left hand on the right knee. Look out over your right shoulder. And if you want, you can either place this right hand right behind you, or you can let it cross behind your back. So whatever feels good, breathe in and breathe out. Hands come back to center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist to the left side. Now I love to add twists into my yoga practice because they really help to wring out our internal organs, sort of massage them. Deep breath in here. And exhale, bring it back to center. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, hinge at the hips. We're falling forward. Breath in. And breath out. Walk your hands up your mat toward the center of your body, and we'll meet in Child's Pose, Balasana. So here in Child's Pose, you can have your knees out as wide as is comfortable, maybe toward the edges of your yoga mat, and then start to walk your upper body down. So letting that upper body melt down onto the mat. Now Child's Pose is a nice resting posture. You can always come here if you feel like you've had enough, or if you just need to sit and breathe. Now, if you notice that you're holding a little extra tension in your body today, one of my favorite things to do is take your hands on the mat and roll them up into a fist, and then exhale and release. So as you make those fists, you're tensing up your hands, let it go through your arms up to your shoulders, your back, and maybe even tensing up through the toes, and then exhale, release. Breathe in and breathe out. Another option here is to take the forehead onto the mat and let it go back and forth. Take this moment to settle in, to let go of whatever brought you to your mat today. Let go of the lesson plans and the Google Meets and the emails and the messages to parents and all that. Let it go. This time is about you. So you know that we can't pour from an empty cup. So for me, practicing yoga, exercising, breathing, doing these things that make me feel good is a way that I can make sure I can show up for my students, for my family, as my best self. Let's take a deep breath in, and we're going to bring that right arm up high to the sky. And then as you exhale, bring that right arm underneath the left. This is called threading the needle. So your hips can be up or down, whatever feels right for you. Maybe the right side of your face, the right side of your body starts to come down onto the mat. And then I like to give modifications in my yoga classes. So as a teacher, we like to differentiate. So again, you find what feels good for you. One option, if you're ready to take it up a notch, could be to start walking the left fingertips forward, maybe left fingertips come off the mat. Now again, these are options, so you decide if you do them or if you don't. Then that other option would be to let the left toes come toward the edge of the mat. Maybe those left toes come up in the air, maybe both, maybe neither. We'll take one more deep breath in here. And exhale. Let it go, unwind. Back to Child's Pose. This time, inhale, let's bring that left arm up high. Exhale, thread the needle, so our left arm coming underneath our right, resting on the left shoulder, left side of the body. And again, you decide if you're ready to take it up a notch. Maybe the right foot comes to the edge of the mat, or right hand comes forward. Maybe they glide off the mat, maybe not. We're not putting too much pressure on this shoulder. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, unwind, Child's Pose. One more breath here. And exhale, let's make our way to a tabletop position. So here in a tabletop, our goal is going to be nice and stacked with our body. So our back is flat, knees stacked underneath the hips, wrists stacked underneath the shoulders. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale. Now we're still warming up our body here, so let's take a couple cat-cows, dropping the belly, letting the hips come up, chest come forward, and then exhale, cat pose, rounding that back like a Halloween cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Take a few more of these at your own pace, and you might even add in some other organic movements like some C curves, looking at your ankles. Or one of my favorites is to drop the hips and make some hip circles. It looks kind of silly, but it feels really good. And just giving into those pops and cracks of your body. When you're ready, let's come back to that tabletop position. Breath in and a breath out. Breathe in as you let your leg come back behind you. Exhale, let's flex the foot. Breathe in, bring it up, and exhale. We're bringing that leg toward the other side of the body. So I have my right arm, oh my goodness, I have my right leg up, and I'm going to bring it toward the left side of the body. And then maybe you look out over that left shoulder. Breath in, breath out, bring it back behind you. Let's leave this right leg here. Option to bring the right arm out. Inhale to reach and elongate. Exhale, crunch it in, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach and elongate. Exhale, crunch it in. Inhale, reach out, elongate. Exhale, crunch it in. And then this time, as you reach out, option to bend that back knee. Grab for it with your left hand. If you're holding on, pull that leg up, press your chest forward, and let it go. Taking a few cat-cows here to help shake it out. Whatever other movements help you shake it out. And then let's come back to our tabletop, flat back. Breathe in, bring that left leg back behind you. Exhale, flex the foot. Inhale, left leg comes up. And exhale, left leg comes to the right side. And again, maybe we're looking out over that right shoulder. Breathing in. Breathing out. One more inhale. Exhale, left leg comes back behind us. Let's leave it here. Option to bring that right arm out in front. Breathe in, reach, elongate. Exhale, crunch it in. Knee to nose, or elbow to knee. Inhale out. Exhale, crunch. Inhale out. Exhale, crunch. And then this time as you reach out, option to bend that back knee. Grab for it with your right hand. Inhale. Exhale, bring it down, shake it out. And then plant the hands, toes curl, knees come up off the mat, downward facing dog. Now here in down dog, we're aiming for an inverted V shape. So I see a lot of people like this, like this. You want those hips to be way up high. You can think pressing nose to knees, chest to thighs. I like to really exaggerate pressing my hips up and away. And then when we get there, let's walk our dog. Bend one knee and then the other. And we'll continue to walk all the way up the mat and meet in a forward fold. Now here you have the option to take ragdoll, grabbing hands to opposite elbows.
Just letting that head hang, letting the neck hang. Your head is about 8.5 pounds, and right now you just don't need to hold that up. So notice where you can make a little space in your body. Notice where you can find a little release.
I know as teachers, that's really hard for us. We like to be in control of everything, on top of everything.
Let go. Release your hands.
Inhale, root to rise. We're coming all the way up, bringing those hands up high to the sky. Maybe you take just a slight back bend if that's in your practice, not pressing too far. Samasthiti, hands come down through heart center. Now, if it feels right for you, maybe taking a moment to close your eyes and setting an intention for your practice. Now, I like to set this intention after we begin moving and breathing, because I find that a lot of times what I really need or what I'm really looking for is waiting for me in my practice, in that movement. So if it feels right for you, maybe setting that intention, a word or a feeling that you want to cultivate some more of in your life, how you like to feel when you step off your mat. Maybe there's a person in your life who could use a little extra love, and you can dedicate your practice to them. Once you have that word, that feeling, that person, breathe it in, bring it close to your heart, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift, keeping a nice flat back. And exhale to forward fold. Inhale, toes come to touch, slight separation at the heels, and exhale to bend the knees, Utkatasana, chair pose. So notice how I'm sitting down like I'm in a chair. Now, if that's uncomfortable for you, you can always keep your hips, knees, and feet about hips width distance apart. Breath in. And exhale to bring our hands to heart center. Breathe in, reach through your heart. And exhale, let's twist to the right side. So we're hooking our left elbow toward the right knee. Might need to give a little peek to that left knee, make sure it's still in line, it wants to pop in front. And then option to fly those arms open. Breath in. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. I don't know if that is computer. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, toes come to touch. Slight separation at the heels for your expression. Exhale, bend those knees with Utkatasana, chair pose. Breath in, and exhale, bring those hands down through heart center. Inhale, reach for your heart. Exhale, this time we're twisting to the left side, so right elbow to left knee. Make sure that right knee is not popping in front. An option to fly your arms. Breath in. And breath out. Exhale and let it go. You can bend one knee and then the other to shake it out. Root to rise, hands come up high to the sky. Maybe we take that slight back bend still, we're not pressing too far. Hands come down through heart center. Tadasana, mountain pose. Heel toe those feet to about hips width distance for our strong mountain pose of Tadasana. And here we have our palms pressing outward. I like to think about being super straight up, like almost as if you're in between two panes of glass. Breathe in, let's bring those shoulders up. And exhale down your back. Inhale up. Exhale down your back. Inhale up. Exhale down your back. Let's switch it up. So inhale up.
exhale, plant those hands for chaturanga. Now we're only going to do 1 or 2 of these today, so don't stress. If you come to my normal classes, we're going to do a lot more. I'm kind of a power yoga teacher. So here our focus is going to be keeping our elbows in toward the body as we lower all the way down from high plank down to the mat. Now press up through your heart, lifting that chest up. And exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Breathe in, let's bring that right leg up. And exhale, bend the knees, stack and open up the hip. Down dog, hip opener. And if it feels right for you, make some circles, whatever movements. Breath in. And breath out. Let's bring it back to three-legged dog. Right leg high in the sky. Inhale here. And exhale, we're bringing our right leg in between our hands. Left hand stays on the mat. And this left knee can come up or down. We're taking a twist. A nice runner's lunge twist. So our right hand is up high to the sky. We're looking up toward it. Breath in. And a breath out. Let's plant our right hand down on the mat and shift our hips. We are coming into Prasarita Padasana, a wide-legged forward fold. So find whatever feels good here in this wide-legged forward fold. Maybe that's taking some track stars, bending one knee and then the other. Maybe that's planting one hand to the mat and the other up high to the sky for a twist. So find what feels good for you. We'll take about 3 breaths here. Last one, deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Let's come back to that first side. Back foot meets the front foot. Forward fold. Inhale to half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift again. Exhale, chaturanga, plant those hands. Remember, our focus is keeping our elbows in, so if you have to keep your knees up or down on the mat to do that, it's a-okay. Let's lower all the way down onto the mat. Inhale for anything that opens your heart. And exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Deep breath in, let's bring that left leg up high. And bend the knees, stack and open up the hip for down dog, hip opener. Maybe find some movement here, circling any part of the leg. And then bring it back up, three-legged dog, left leg high to the sky. Inhale here. Exhale, bring it through. So this time, right hand stays on the mat, left hand up, and we're twisting, looking over that left shoulder. Breath in, breath out. One more inhale. And exhale, shift our hips. And instead of taking a wide-legged forward fold this time, we're gonna let our toes come towards the edges of our mat, those front edges. Let your knees bend generously. Hands come up. And cactus arms. Breath in. Breath out, sit down a little bit deeper. Goddess pose, because you, my friends, are educational goddesses. Do not forget it. Breath in. And exhale. One more inhale. And exhale, 5 stars. Spread out to all corners. And then let's start to heel toe our feet together, facing the front of your mat. Breath in, hands come up. And exhale down through heart center. A little bit of balancing. Let's bring all of our weight into our left leg. Right leg comes up, anywhere but your knee, tree pose. And when your roots, your legs feel nice and strong, grow those branches up. Maybe you find a little movement. Breath in. Breath out, bring it down, shake it out. Let's plant that right leg, left leg up, anywhere but the knee, tree pose. Maybe you move, maybe you just enjoy this stillness. And then slowly, carefully bring it down, shake it out. We're gonna bend our knees so much so that we are sitting down on our mats. We'll start in butterfly pose, Baddha Konasana. Our feet are pressed together, soles of our feet, knees out nice and wide. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, let's start to walk ourselves back onto our mat. So our legs are still in the same position, but our entire back is resting on the mat. This is called Supta Baddha Konasana. Bring one hand to your heart and the other to your belly so that you can feel simultaneously the rise and fall of your breath as well as the beat of your heart. Slowly, carefully take your hands to the outside of your knees. Close them like a book. You can pull those knees in toward the chest. Give yourself a nice big hug. And then one of my favorite postures, happy baby. Bend your knees, holding on to your big toes or the outside knife edge of your feet. And then have a little fun here. Give yourself a nice back massage. Bend one knee and then the other. Play around like you're a happy baby. And then let's start to spread out. We're going to take up as much space as we'd like. Often as women, we're told not to take up space. And as teachers, we spend so much time and space and energy caring for others. So you have worked hard. You're always working hard. And it's your time to rest. So take a few moments here in Shavasana. Just let go, to release. To take some time for you. Whatever thoughts arise, just letting them go, letting them move past you. I promise they're all going to be there later. And if you're having a hard time letting those thoughts pass by you, and I have a hard time with that too. Sometimes it helps to count the breaths. Or even just reiterate to yourself, I am breathing in. I am breathing out. Or bring that mantra to the forefront of the mind. slowly, carefully start to bring some movement back into the body. Maybe you begin by wiggling the fingers and the toes, making circles with the wrists or the ankles. And then roll on over to your favorite side, resting your head on your bicep, coming into the pose of new beginnings. And I always find it so fitting that we end class most times in this pose of new beginnings. My hope for you, as always, when you step off your mat, is that you feel in some way brand new, in some way transformed, and that you're ready to take that out into the world around you. When you are ready, make your way to a comfortable seated position. You can keep your eyes closed or heavy. Deep breath in, let's bring those hands up. And exhale them down through heart center. One more time, inhale, hands up. And exhale them down through heart center. Thumb knuckles to third eye center, to your forehead. The light in me sees and acknowledges the light in each and every one of you. In saying this and practicing together, I know that we are the same, that we are one. So together we bow and say namaste. Thank you so much to all you lovely educators who took some time out of your busy day to take that moment for yourself. I appreciate you. I know how hard you're working. And I know that even though a lot of people are not telling you, they appreciate you too. So thank you again. I hope that you have a lovely, lovely rest of your week. If you'd like to check out some more yoga classes online, I have a whole bunch on my YouTube channel. You can check out Erin the Wanderess. Also, I share lots of stuff on Instagram and Facebook, so feel free to check me out. And I always have a fun playlist for yoga, so I really appreciate it. I hope that this year gets a little bit less crazy for all of us, and I hope that we all learn some tools to get us through it. Namaste.